All right, Jason, thank you. And now to something you might find surprising. Stormwater is the #1 source of pollution in the Hampton River.
And to combat that, local groups are turning to something you might not expect: oysters.
10 on your sides, Maria Valores spoke with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation today on their work to clean it up. So how does it work?
Well, what I learned, I thought it was very interesting that oysters are a natural filtration system in the water. And they've depleted a little bit because of pollution and people actually eating them. So with roughly 140,000 residents sharing about 50 square miles of water, replenishing the oysters is necessary to keep the waterway clean. Folks with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation say the cleanup of the Hampton River began in 2012 when the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality listed it as an impaired waterway.
There's not that much forested buffer, and so when it rains, a lot of the hardened surfaces, pollution that exists there gets washed off into the river.
The Chesapeake Bay Foundation started working with other groups to see how they could clean up the water. One of their initiatives, oyster restoration.
A single adult oyster can filter up to 50 gallons of water a day in the summer months. And that's a lot of water from one oyster.
And they're working with students from Hampton University on that project.
Our Hampton River, our environment and ecology in the river and the biodiversity of the river depends on it. Oysters, again, play a major role in all of that.
As part of their research, the students placed strings of oyster shells in different parts of the waterway between May and October of this year. Their goal, to find the best spots for the oysters to grow.
Basically, we look for the baby oysters, which is oyster spat, that collects on the hard shell strings.
What they found, the most amount of oysters grew right near Hampton University, and that means a lot to the students involved.
And it's something that I've given back to the Hampton area. It's also instrumental because it's the first research done in this area on the Hampton River doing on oyster spat.
Now, oyster restoration isn't the only project in the works to clean up the water. They're also working on rain garden installations and shoreline installations along the riverbank. I'm Maria Valores, 10 on your side.